Yes, sir. Back at it again. Back at it like a crack at it. Drunk Tours podcast in the building. It's your boy Yates from Atlanta, aka Wakanda.
And I'm your other host, Drell from Portland, Oregon. You already know.
Yes, sir. Ski. What we talking about today, my boy?
Right now, man, we riding the wave of what's going on right now.
Crazy.
As we know, the Oscars was this weekend. I wouldn't have known if Will didn't do what he did.
Smack my guy.
Yeah, right. So we talking about, you know, the whole situation more than obviously just, you know, him slapping Chris Rock, but just the whole situation of just, you know, a man, you know, being entertained and wife being entertained and like just, you know, obviously a comedy type entertainment event.
Let's just jump right into it. Was he right or wrong, in your opinion? Smacking Chris Rock.
That's hard to say. I think he was right, but wrong timing.
Elaborate.
Like, I don't think it was necessary for him to go on stage at that given time to go do it. I thought he was kind of out of pocket for that. Just because I feel like when it comes to entertainment, like I just feel like as a black man, I already have my opinions about how we portray like in media and stuff. So I just think that's like I just feel like it just killed the like just the flow of like what we had going on as far as us and the Oscars. Just because I was reading today, like it was the first produced Oscars by a black man, by African American supposedly. And then like the whole time, you know, the Serena Williams thing, like her parents are just getting that stage, you know, that whole King Richard thing, you know, played by Will Smith, the movie. So it's just like a black man walking up and slapping another black man on TV, like on one of the biggest stages is just like, I just feel like it just makes us look even more wild, like just, cause I don't know, I just think about how white people looking at this shit, like.
Do you think he would have slapped Seinfeld?
Fuck no. Fuck no.
I feel like that's a big thing everybody's skipping over because everybody talking about like, you know, protect black women, you know, as we should, and a lot of things. There are a lot of things being said to support Will, and on one hand, I understand because you know I have a girl and I have did things like that before that maybe was too far.
Right.
But I guess the biggest issue for me is I don't think he would have slapped Louis C.K. or Seinfeld or, you know, any white comedian for that joke. Because the joke was not, the joke wasn't, it wasn't horrendous at all.
It wasn't. It was such a basic joke. And even Chris Rock kind of like, even Chris Rock was like, "Come on, it's a good joke." Like
he was like, "That was a light one."
Like he didn't get into it deep. Like G.I. Jane is like the most simple bald woman joke like you could probably use.
And she was the hero in the movie.
Right, but I guess some people are like, "Oh, well, G.I. Jane, she got raped or was getting abused before." I've never seen it, but that was what my man was saying. That she kind of went through some little tribulations until that point. So it's kind of like, I'm like, man, ain't nobody thinking about that.
She's the superhero.
The most niggas who watch Chris Rock probably never seen G.I. Jane.
Facts.
So the only thing I know about G.I. Jane is she was a bald bitch.
That was it.
Like,
that was it.
You know what I'm saying? Like that was it. Like you know what I'm saying? So but like you said, protecting a woman thing, like obviously, of course, like I'm not gonna let no man like just fucking kill my woman's security.
Berate your girl.
But at the same time, like.
But I guess for me, the thing, like, staying on that topic, he was laughing when he first said it. So obviously he didn't feel like that was too far. Now when he looked over and he saw Jada was mad, he reacted then.
Right.
But to me, it's like, that's almost like one of those moments where you like, okay, my girl tripping. I know she tripping because I know that didn't sound crazy. Or at least it didn't sound crazy to me off the jump. Now it's weird because it's like if your girl did feel away, right? If your girl does feel away and she's hurt, then I don't see anything wrong with overreacting at that point because it's for your girl. But the issue with me is almost like the level of overreaction. Not like if he would have said, "Keep my wife's name out your mouth," and then he said something else, and then he smacked her. I don't think anybody would have that issue.
Exactly. Because it's like I gave you a warning.
Right. It's like I checked you. It's like that check was kind of far.
And then Chris was like, "I'm not going." He's like, "Okay, I will." Like, you know, after he slapped him, but it's like he probably would have said that and would have looked serious. He would have been like, "Oh, they took this joke probably a little harder." Like, you know, like he a comedian. Like
Right.
they used to like killing people on the stage. And my thing is like you
That
sitting,
wasn't even a crazy
it's
joke.
not, and the thing is you sit in front row at a fucking thing with a comedian. Everybody knows if you sit in front row with a fucking comedian, nigga, there's a good chance that your ass is getting flamed.
And you know he has to make fun of the people he know are gonna be there.
Right.
So it's like if at least when I step in his shoes, if I was a comedian and I had to pick somebody to write jokes about, cause like, hey, I know I'm hosting, I'm gonna write about the people I know are gonna be there. If Will's winning an award, his wife's probably gonna be there, you know. So it was like, all right, this is an easy little light, and she was wearing green. It was like, yo, G.I. Jane, that's a light. That's not even crazy.
It's not crazy.
Now, what's up? Cause you know I was kind of going off about it on IG. So somebody DM me and said she got some
skin
disease
disease
or
or
something
something.
where she had to cut her hair off or something. So they were saying that's why she was very upset. And I get that. But even if he knew that and he made the exact same joke, I really don't think that joke was that crazy.
I got one. How many times, how many men suffer bald things due to hereditary and diseases and stuff like that, and people clown them? That's like the meme like you posted that I reposted on the Drunk Tourist thing. If it was the other way around,
Jada would have been
it would
dying
have been a
laughing.
clown thing. So it's kind of like whenever it's
If
a
he would have
man,
made an August Alsina joke, I think Jada would have laughed.
probably. And my thing is like she's mad about that, and she's and then women are like, okay, like he's not standing for his wife, blah blah blah. Like black women need to not be on the butt end of the joke, but it's like that was like a light joke that he just made real quick.
And he
let's not
talked
act
about a
like
bunch
let's
of
not
people.
act like Jada hasn't been putting her own business in the world to see
Right.
to get clowned on.
Right.
You expose your own life to the world to make yourself the butt end of a joke.
Target.
You know what I'm saying? You made yourself a target by bringing all this bullshit to the table to be talked about. Because if you would have kept your business silent and in the shadows, like it would give people less thing to talk about. But that's what makes me think like they people of fame love this type of shit because like they said, there's no such thing as bad publicity. You know what I mean? Like I feel like at the point she probably thought it was cool because she was in control of the situation as far as the humor and the stories go. And at that point, like
And the Red Table Talk was blowing up.
yeah, hell yeah,
It was like the biggest thing.
Bro, no one even knew about that red table shit until that whole August Alsina shit came in. You can't tell me one nigga that I know, maybe women, but I don't know no dudes who even knew what that was and even knew Jada was even talking like her mom and other shit like that until all that Will Smith stuff got out. And then it's at the same time, it's kind of like, okay, Will maybe overreacted now because it's the point where now it's like, the jokes in y'all business got out there so much that y'all business and y'all stuff got out there so much that it got to the point to where it's like Will was probably starting to feel emasculated at some point
sure,
because it's like everyone's like, oh, this nigga's like, you seeing all the cut jokes, you seeing all that type of shit. So now the motherfuckers probably like, all right, well now I gotta go slap fire at niggas out every time they bring up Jada just so niggas know I'm not a bitch. Like,
Which is understandable, but it's like, to me, it's like, we were talking about this earlier, it's like being a layup. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it's like he went for the layup. Like, you know Chris Rock isn't gonna fight you. You know Chris Rock, even if he does fight you, it's not gonna most likely be a crazy interaction where you like, man, this nigga almost knocked me out. Like, it's Chris Rock. Like, not knocking Chris Rock, but I'm just saying, you know, between the two, I'm gonna assume Will will win that fight.
Right.
But it's like, whenever somebody goes for like the easy, because he took it so far, it's like if you know, according to, even when you look at the little videos when like that dude kissed him in the mouth and stuff, like the little troll or whatever, and he gave him like the little slap.
I would have slapped him harder for that.
I would have slapped the shit out of somebody.
I probably would just beat the fuck out
Exactly,
of him.
but it's
Nigga walk up and
like
kiss
even
me.
like that. But Chris Rock, you throwing your whole body into
And
it.
he a
it's
brother.
like- so it's like, to me, it's hard to just look at it as he was protecting his wife because it was so far. It was, first off, if
She's
she,
not in danger.
at all, and it's not like she was singularly targeted. Like he was
He
talking
clowned the
about multiple
artist.
people.
He going through all the nominees. He got on the dude before Will. Obviously,
Giselle.
Yeah, got on Denzel. He got on somebody else. He was like, oh yeah, some white dude who's like, oh yeah, you can't win and your wife's gonna be mad, like whatever. He got on like multiple people, but then he get on Will Smith. Bro, you the biggest star in the fucking world, damn near. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, definitely at the Oscars at the time because he was a shoe-in for that win. So it's like, to react in that manner, like at first I thought he was gonna grab him or even say something. Like if he would have walked up there and said, "Yo, keep my wife's name."
Yeah, that would have been more gangster.
I would have been like, "Yo,
hey,
he told you straight up, went in your face, and it could go that way." I'm with that.
Right.
But to just walk up and smack him, now don't get me. That shit was gangster. I can't hold you. That shit was gangster. Like he smacked the shit out of him. But it was like, bro, if I was Rock, bro, I would have had a whole stand up.
Yeah.
I'm going in on your wife, bro.
Right.
You gonna have to kill me.
And then he didn't press charges.
I get that though.
I get that too, but my thing is like, if you're gonna be a bitch, you might as well be a bitch all the way.
And
my thing is, all right, you slap me, I'm gonna eat it because I'm gonna sue the fuck out of you now. Yeah, if you're gonna be a hoe,
because then
you know what I'm saying. My thing is, I'm not gonna.
At least you have an excuse why you were being a hoe.
Yeah.
Like, I only didn't react.
Right. You like, I'm gonna Oscar man walk up and slap me, like I'm gonna press charges, like that shit was out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not gonna press charges because I'm gonna beat the fuck out of that nigga as soon as he slap me.
I mean, at least gonna try. Like that's the thing. Win, lose, or draw.
Yeah.
It's the principle. Your kids saw that. Chris Rock kids.
This is gonna be played on TV for a minute.
Your children are gonna.
Your children's children.
I honestly don't think I have the mental capacity for my children to see a man slap me and I do nothing. I don't care if it's Mike Tyson. Right. Like I'm a swing. And you can't. I can know I'm a.
Can you teach your kid the high road in a respectful way that way?
I think swinging back is the high road. Like the road, you done been ran over. You can't talk about the high road after you done been ran over. That's crazy as hell. What? Ain't no what high road.
And when the high
road is one way.
Right, he took a low road by slapping a man with his guard down.
It's a one way.
Because to me, I think that's what made a punk move because you hit a man who wasn't ready.
He was laughing when he was walking up.
My thing is that's one thing I think about like scrapping and stuff like that, like in fighting. If you hit a man when he not looking, it's whole shit. I feel like if you hit a man when he's if you know that you have a problem with the dude and you just go hit him without knowing, I think that's lame shit. It's lame.
I'm a lame nigga, but if we and I see you, well, I'm sneaky every time.
I feel like
put you to sleep.
But my thing is, I feel like if it's something like that where it's like some on-site beef shit, it's a little different.
This ain't jujitsu, bro.
My thing is, for the most part,
you should just walk out your door squared up if we got beef.
I mean, it's something like, but I'm saying that's something that's like you not gonna see each other, so it's kind of like, hey, I'm gonna hop out and shoot you. I'm gonna hop out and beat your ass. You should be on guard because you know I don't fuck with you like that. Mm-hmm. If you doing it on that level, it's probably something pretty serious. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But if you have like, you have a squabble like him, they probably friends. They just in a movie together. Like, you know what I'm saying? They probably have some type of cordial respect for each other. That's like if I know somebody and I see the nigga often, we kind of friends, but we kind of not. It's like, and he say some shit like, "Hey, bro, we got let's step outside, let's scrap." Yeah, you be like, bro, it's like prison shit. It's like, nigga, if you in prison, like it's like certain rules to this shit. It's like you can't just walk up to a nigga and hit him. It's like, hey, like that shit you say, I ain't fuck with that. Like you have to run me my fade, and then niggas will fight, and then that's how that shit would go, and then that's how it ends. But like hitting the motherfucker like when he got his guard down over some shit like a joke, like.
That just wasn't that bad of a joke. I think that's the shit that got me. It was like
niggas were saying all kind of stuff about August. The nigga who's fucking your wife gets.
But we all know. I think this is the real thing. I think the whole world knows that's the real issue, and like that's what I would love to hear him talk about. Yeah. You know what I mean? And my biggest issue with the whole scenario was the fact that he didn't apologize when he gave his speech to Chris.
No,
like that was my biggest issue because it was like. That's really stepping on a nigga. Like you already done had your way. You could apologize right here and then. At least y'all both have a little bit of
act like it didn't even happen.
You can at least he can kind of walk home with his chin kind of up, like not all the way up, but he like that nigga apologize. He can always tell his story of I knew he was tripping. I knew he was going through this, mental health, whatever, and be able to kind of. Play his part of this why I'm not pressing charge. And y'all can kind of let it go on some, hey, this was a fucked up moment. But he stood on that like, yeah, the devil tried to get you. Basically saying Chris Rock the devil in this scenario, like trying to pull you off your pedestal and going for your, my nigga. The whole world been talking about Will since the August Alsina shit. And it didn't help when him and his wife did an interview and she didn't seem remorseful at all. She didn't seem sympathetic to everybody talking about him. It was very emasculating to watch as a man.
Right.
And I love Will Smith's art. I read his book. I love the book. From the book, he talked about one of his earlier movies, method acting. He seemed to be method acting in this last movie, and he did a very King Richard thing of protecting his daughter. And maybe he was, still kind of living in that space of I'm protecting the women in my life. So maybe it was more to it. But my issue is that was some bullshit, and he never really apologized. I saw the little Instagram post, but that was writing, and his publicist could have wrote it. Anybody, like, as a man, if another man does something to me, and we don't
talk about it or kind of put some type of...
If I don't feel like we closed it up, it's up forever.
Yeah.
Forever.
That nigga slapped me, it's up forever.
Nigga, bruh, his kids saw, bro, look, I promise you. One of my big,
and then Jaden, and I see Jaden tweet, it was like, and that's how we do it.
They was joking about that shit.
And I'm like, bro, you got the man's son over here thinking that shit sweet. Like, bro, no. I would have died on that stage.
Bro, on me. Because you have to look yourself in the mirror. And that's what I think I think the hardest part of watching that, because it was funny as hell, don't get me wrong. Like,
nigga, this is hilarious. I watched it like 8 times.
Nigga, that nigga said, wow. That's how fast he hit that.
And when he was talking, his eyes, he was like, yeah. And then, like, you could just see, like, his, like, while he was trying to talk, you could just tell, like you ever just look at somebody when you talking to them, you can tell they thinking about something else. Like, that's how it was.
Also, you can see that man was fearful. And that's some real shit. He was fearful and he didn't react. And my thing for a long period of time.
And the thing is, this is what I also feel like people don't underestimate is the gatekeeping in Hollywood. He hits Will Smith, acts an ass. Chris Rock might not never get a role again. I feel like that's something that could be possible. Far as like on that thing, you talking about Will Smith, bro. You talking about Will Smith.
I don't think that's what kept him from doing something. I think it was pure fear. It was pure. That was a fast slap, bro. I can't hold you.
I don't think Chris Rock is scared. That Chris Rock is from DC, man.
I hate when people say that. Oh, I'm from it. That shit has nothing to do with being a man and being afraid of somebody.
It don't. But the same.
If a nigga hit you that fast,
it don't. But my thing is oh, he's gonna kick my ass on TV. Like,
you don't think he was thinking about that?
No, I don't think. TV. No, I don't think. I think he was thinking, I can't believe this nigga just slapped me on goddamn TV. I think it was simple as that. I can't believe this nigga slapped me on fucking TV. But I agree with that. I do think that I think he did once he did slap it. Like, I think that he probably went to that moment, like when he was walking back. I probably feel like he probably did rationalize, like, what should I do type shit. But then he started thinking like, what is it going to cause? What's going to happen after I react back? Because my thing is yeah, you may think he may not get blackballed, but I think that there is a chance that he could get blackballed by fucking with Will, like, and doing something. It's not even the fact that he fucked with Will Smith, but it's just the fact that, bro, you on the Oscars, going against one of the biggest stars. They're gonna be like, oh, you talked about somebody's wife, and then he hit you. Now you trying to, like, I just feel like there's so many things that could happen to his career at that point. When Will Smith, nothing that he could have did at that point would have fucked up his career. Chris Rock, let's be honest. When's the last time that Chris Rock done anything for the black culture as far as that we've been talking about, as far as like people like, hey man, you heard that new stand-up? You seen that new? Chris Rock hasn't been talked about like that. And now he pop up on the Oscars. He gets a chance to do something.
He did drop a stand-up. It was good. But
I mean,
it wasn't like...
no one was talking about it. Nobody was talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Will Smith's always being talked about.
No, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? And he's been dominating the news shit with his wife and all that stuff. He already got the side of the empathy on the side.
Right.
So,
and that King Richard was a great movie.
Yeah, it was. And so Chris Rock, like, if he really steps out of bounds, like, look at Denzel and Samuel Jackson giving this nigga a hug after and shit. Like, how does Chris Rock be cool with a nigga after that? Like, you just hug a nigga that slapped me? I should beat his ass. I should beat your ass. Like,
all them niggas did that because they like, boy, you can't. We saw the fear in your eyes. You a layup. See, going back to the layup shit. All right. Playing basketball. If you get a steal or easy pass or whatever, and You essentially on the court by yourself, and you can either shoot a 3-pointer with nobody guarding you, or you can lay the ball up for like the guaranteed points.
I'm going for the layup.
Everybody going for the layup. As a man, you cannot be a layup.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you cannot be an easy pass. Like, once people see you as a, like, I guarantee while he was walking up to Chris Rock, he knew I could slap this man because he didn't punch him. Somebody that you feel like might put up a fight, you not slapping them, bro. You gonna punch him in the face.
But my thing is, see, I feel like that would have took it to the different level of assault, though.
I would have much rather been punched.
I mean, as a man, yeah, you'd rather be punched. But I'm just saying, Will Smith, in his sense of protecting his coins, you know, it would probably be smarter for him to slap him because open palm. If you go to court over some shit like that over open palm slap, they're not going. That's.
I don't think he was thinking about court.
I don't think he was either. But my thing is like he.
I think he was trying to be as disrespectful as possible. That's
of course. But my thing is like what's the level you can do besides actually just assaulting somebody for real, pushing them, slapping them. That's about it. Slapping is probably the most thing. I'm emasculated. I'm redistributing the pain by trying to emasculate this next man. I feel like that says it all right there. He's emasculating. He's got emasculated. So what does he do? Try to emasculate another man because he's redistributing the pain that he's feeling. Because when you slap a man, he instantly emasculated if he don't do shit.
Bro, that is the worst thing you can do to somebody to slap. Like
spit, slap. Those are
way worse than being punched.
You got to get killed after.
Like a punch, I feel like you can eat. If I know I fucked up, if I said something crazy, let's say I said something about your mama or your girl or something, that was like way out of line. Right. Like I was drunk with her and you hit me, I might be able to, bro, my bad. Like after they break us up, whatever, and later on, like, man, my bad, I deserve that. We cool, boom, cool. You slap me, but I don't care what.
But and also when you talk about talking, even as a child, majority of the time when you talking bad, you get slapped in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like a talking thing. Slapping the taste out of people's mouth is usually when people say certain things is when people slap them. People don't really, you said something. So, I mean, yeah, some niggas are talking shit and you beat their ass, but majority of the time when you think about when it comes to slap, it's usually like somebody like a dude who has a daughter who's bad mouthing him or something like that, and he's like an older dude and he slaps his daughter in the mouth like, I'm your father, blah, blah, or son. It's usually something like a slap because in between of that, I'm not hitting you, but it's to get the taste out your mouth to let you know, like, don't fucking talk like that.
I feel like I've slapped a few men in my life.
I slapped a couple.
And when I did it, I knew they weren't gonna do nothing about it.
Me too. That's why I did it.
That's my point. I know when he hit him, he knew he wasn't.
He knew he was a layup, but like that brings me back to what I'm saying. It's like it was a bullying aspect of Will Smith because it's Chris Rock, like you said. But I mean, but I don't think it's because.
He wouldn't have hit.
But I don't think it's because he thinks Chris Rock won't fight him. I think it's because he knows that Chris Rock is a small time celebrity to him. I think it's just that fucking.
Nah, I think it's size. I think it's a size thing.
Will Smith is old, bro. Will Smith is old.
It's still size.
After I seen that nigga in Bad Boys, I was like, this nigga is not Big Willie style no more.
But he's still bigger than Chris Rock.
But my thing is, Chris Rock is not finna fight Will Smith. Like, what is Chris Rock's probably looking like? Even if he slaps me, what am I look like fighting Will Smith on the Oscars?
It's man.
We say that, but a man that's in Hollywood, like, you know what when people do something to somebody and they don't do something, what is the reason they don't do it? Because they're scared of the person, they don't have self-confidence, or the next option is wherever they're at, their workspace environment prevents them from wanting to step out.
What you're gonna lose isn't worth.
So my thing is I think he's more thinking about what he's gonna lose versus him losing a fight against Will Smith. I think he cares probably a little less losing a fight to Will Smith than he does fucking. No one's gonna take his side. It's Chris Rock versus Will Smith. Like, no one's gonna take Chris Rock's side. Like, if Chris Rock can do anything to Will Smith that just looks like he talked about him and then.
I don't believe that. And the reason why I say I don't is because he's a comedian. He's not an actor first. He's a comedian. So even if Hollywood stop fucking with him, he can make his same living just doing comedy. That's a fact. The only movies he do are Adam Sandler movies anyway.
Chris Rock had.
He's gonna get those. Adam Sandler ain't gonna cut them off.
Man, Adam Sandler was not in Head of State. That nigga was in plenty movies without him. Adam Sandler.
No, but that's way before he got in Adam Sandler camp.
Yeah.
Every movie since.
But I'm saying he's probably only fucking with Adam Sandler because the nigga probably blackballed already.
Maybe, but when
so it's like I just got to the Oscars. I want to fuck this up.
I don't believe that's what it was.
I don't know. I think a lot of people suck dick to get in that position. I think a lot of people suck dick to be in that position. And you know, I'm a conspiracy people. I already think Hollywood is one of those casting couches. I think
niggas suck a dick. Man.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like that whole thing, like after Kevin Hart said what he said and they didn't want him to do it, and how a lot of people weren't doing it, I feel like the Oscars and stuff, they get the scraps. They get these scraps. And they get these people who's on the bottom barrel of their careers to help do this, to help put these things together. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Chris Rock, yeah, he dropped the stand-up.
Chris Rock is a legend, though. He's not like I'm
not saying he's not a legend.
He's not a bottom. He's not no bottom barrel.
But he's
celebrity at all.
He's not a bottom barrel celebrity. But when you're talking about hosting the Oscars, supposedly the biggest award so far as movies go out there, you think about getting the top of the line. When you think about top comedians, no one's putting Chris Rock over a lot of the people that's still going right now.
But being active, and especially if you're saying black comedians, it's not a lot to choose from. And it's only about Kevin Hart.
He's not funnier than him.
Right, but I'm saying like we already know Kevin Hart went through his whole scandal. So
he's not funnier than him. He's not funnier than Mike Epps. He's not funnier than.
But we're saying as far as status, like he's bigger than Mike Epps. Absolutely, he's bigger as far as like global recognition. He's bigger than most black comedians. It's only really that I can think off the top of my head: Kevin Hart,
Dave Chappelle,
Cat
Williams.
He's not bigger than Cat Williams. As far as global recognition.
Cat Williams is bigger than Chris Rock.
Global recognition. Chris Rock did way more movies. He's globally more known.
And bro, if we get on Clubhouse and ask some foreigners right now, do they know Chris Rock before he got slapped? I don't think that many people would have knew him. I feel like Americans, I feel like we think that people know these people that we know, but they really don't. Because I be going to overseas and I be asking niggas about rappers that niggas think are so popular here, and these niggas do not know who these people are.
That made perfect sense. But
Chris Rock, I'm like, these niggas haven't seen New Jack City.
What would they see of Cat Williams?
Next Friday after next.
Right, but those are old. I'm talking like Chris Rock did movies in the last 5 to 10
What movie?
years. A bunch of Adam Sandler. I don't watch it. I don't know, but being honest, I've seen them, but they're not.
Was
like
he in the
favorite.
Jewel one? He wasn't even in Uncut Gems, and that was probably
wasn't in that one.
Yeah, and that was one of his biggest movies. That was one of his biggest movies in the wild.
That was an amazing movie.
And
but he didn't have like nobody from his camp in that one.
Yeah, but I'm just saying like.
But any other funny ones that
that stupid one when they got married, like bro, no.
A bunch of them. Like he's done
overseas probably ain't seen that.
Nah, they have.
They seen it on Netflix when they're passing.
That's my point. If you look at it like if we take our emotions out of it and we just say, okay, global recognition, he's bigger than 90% of them. So he's not no bottom list. I don't think he was afraid of what was going to happen in his career. I think he really was surprised. I think that was the majority. And then I think he was in shock. And then I think when he really came to it, he had already realized the moment to do something that's passed. And then when Will was saying, keep my wife's name out your mouth, and he had another opportunity to really just be like, well, I'm going to talk about you on this mic. I think that's when he made the decision not to do something. I think that's what's going to haunt him forever. Because he's a comedian.
Yes, that's his...
If he was doing comedy...
But see, that gotta make you think. That gotta make you think, though, if he doesn't do that. Like, he had a chance to... Like, that makes you think he had a chance to sit back and think about it on the mic and does nothing. Why is that? Because he's so terrified of Mike Lowry? Like, come on, man. There's another reason why he didn't say nothing.
I think he honestly was
a
bit
all
afraid.
scripted.
You want me to tell you why I think he was afraid, for real? Because that was so crazy. I think he honestly thought, like, any nigga willing to do this, he done kind of lost it. So if he done kind of lost it, if I say some shit, he coming back on this stage. Obviously, no security coming because they didn't come the first time. Obviously, he going crazy. I saw that right hook was fast. You know what I mean?
I do not think he was thinking about all that, bro.
Look, if it was me...
His right hook was fast. I don't think...
He smacked the shit out of him.
He did smack him. I'm thinking... when he said, wow, I can't believe this nigga just slapped me.
But he said, wow.
Yeah.
He said it was fast.
He didn't say wow because it's fast. He said, wow, because I can't believe this nigga had the audacity to come...
both. That shit was fast, bro. That shit was fast.
It only seemed fast...
Don't watch it and see how fast
it only seemed fast because you didn't see it coming.
Bro,
everything seems. If you'd have walked up and like get your hands up and he would have threw it, it wouldn't have seemed fast. It only seemed fast because no one expected it to come out.
It was still fast.
Because you
reason
didn't
why
expect to
looked
see
fast-
it. You didn't expect to see it.
Nah, man, what we was saying, that shit was fast, bro. That shit was fast as fuck.
Yeah,
Bro.
nah, that was a fast ass slap. But
I'm telling you,
but
we
I
had
got-
to watch it. Look, we watched it. The shit was fast.
Yeah. I would have killed that motherfucker. I'm sorry. Nigga, I got kids at home.
Bro, that's the thing, bro.
I got kids at home.
Cause the thing, and people don't think about, bro, like real talk. People don't think about the fact that you have to live with you. Every time he look in the mirror, he gonna know. I'm the type of nigga, I'm the type of man that can be slapped in front of millions, and I'm not gonna do nothing about it. That's gonna change your whole.
Because I'm the
self-identity.
bigger man.
Nah, I guarantee that's not what he thinking.
I know.
He think I'm a bitch.
Right, but
bro,
I'm
like,
saying, like, you know, people in his corner gonna be like,
his kids, let's say he got a daughter. His daughter is never gonna be like, I'm gonna tell my daddy ever again. He ain't gonna do shit. You know what, man? I wish I would. Man, what if you was fucking with his daughter and she was like, I'm gonna tell my, I ain't gonna get that bitch ass nigga, man.
nah,
I'm
it's
gonna
over.
slap him, man.
No respect.
Crazy
no
hell,
respect
but
now. Hey, what if he killed Will Smith?
I'd be like, hey, I understand.
Can you
I wouldn't be for
Can you
it.
imagine how crazy that would be in Hollywood if like Chris Rock just like?
It wouldn't be crazy.
I know. I'm not saying it's crazy because that's what a real nigga would do.
Not even real.
I
nigga,
know,
it's
but
just somebody with a lot of pride.
Yeah,
Would you
somebody
say
with a lot of
anybody
pride.
with a lot of pride?
Yeah.
I got a lot of pride.
Right. But I'm just saying.
I got a lot of
I'm
pride.
just saying it wouldn't be crazy, but it would be crazy just because it would be televised. You know what I mean? Just happening to somebody on just that magnitude.
Mm-hmm.
But in the street, that happened to anybody for the most part. That's something. You're like, oh, what's nigga slap the fuck out of
Like,
him.
I can't sleep at night. I gotta do something to him. I gotta do something. I gotta at least attempt. I gotta hit him in the leg or something.
And my thing is like, what is people in your corner saying like, hey bro, you did the right thing. No, you didn't. You didn't do the right thing.
I can't be your friend in that moment.
Nah.
You gonna slap me. You gonna fuck around and slap me. I'm gonna tell you.
I'll tell you right now, if we do a podcast, we got guests, a nigga slap me on this. Hey, this shit gonna turn into a goddamn UFC fucking
Man,
shit gonna turn into
man,
this shit gonna turn
something.
into a fucking a title fight.
Let me tell you something. My uncle always told me growing up, he was like, look, I always have a fair fight unless it's family.
Yeah.
Or somebody you consider family. I consider you family. We don't fight fair, bro. We ain't jumping niggas, bro. Okay,
Taking this glass.
Hey man, look, man, what we doing, man? Beat this nigga ass, man. Beat this nigga ass.
He said strip. Make a nigga be.
Do it on the camera.
Right.
You are hopeful.
Right. Get a close up and tell him
And I'm
sorry.
gonna post it, man. What you talking about?
I'm sorry. Joe Torres podcast, them niggas.
His wine's strong, bro.
Yeah, but shit, man, like, but yeah, I also think about too, like you said, back to the Louis C.K. thing, you know, going back to just
Facts.
black people, like, we all laughing at it and hyping it up, but you gotta really look at it for what it is and really think, like, we over here just all jiving
He
and
wouldn't
laughing.
have slapped a white comedian.
Nah, and that's the part that pisses me off because it's like we all jiving and laughing about this shit.
Jiving?
Yeah.
That no
I just feel like using that. I don't know why, but I just feel like using that.
We all jiving.
We all jiving, clowning,
You some
all that
jive
shit.
turkeys in
Yeah,
this
you know what I'm
motherfucker.
saying? We all doing that, like, you know, and it's like, but really what we just seen was a black man that's probably going through, a black woman going through some real mental stuff in their household. And another man who might be going through his own things, you know what I'm saying, who made a joke, you know what I'm saying, and it could be some communication between everybody, and it got out of line, and it was just two black people really who just embarrassed themselves, and embarrassed like us, really, you know what I'm saying, like just not being mature enough to handle that off camera, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not even gonna say it embarrassed us as people. I think because when I see something like that, I don't think that's a representation of all black people.
But I know it's not, but other people look at it like that.
Yeah, but I mean, anybody who look at it like that, like who
They don't
really-
want to see a real life of it.
Yeah,
anyway.
they don't want to see reality
Yeah,
anyway.
that's
So
true.
it's like it's no point of pandering to that person anyway.
I guess it's facts.
My issue with it is, excuse me, my deepest issue, like I said before, is the fact that he didn't apologize to Chris when he had his moment on stage after being able to calm down.
Right.
So in that moment when he decided not to do it then, that told me that he was standing on it.
Right.
So at that point, I feel like Chris Rock needs to drop a 1 hour stand up just talking about his wife. Like that's what I personally would do.
I would have left. I would have been in that limo, leaving the Oscars like, you bald-headed tennis ball, Mr. Clean. I would have been killing her. Yo, motherfucking head shining into my damn bathroom floor. Like, I would have been going crazy.
I'd have been, soon as he would have walked off stage, I'd be like, August done fuck, they have your bitch. You know, out of here, nigga. Something gotta shake. You gotta feel me, something.
Man, and his name is August. I could have came up with too many jokes with that. I could have came up with too many jokes.
Man, August been fucking your bitch since the spring, nigga.
I was like, wow. I was like, you slapped me from saying that. I wonder what you gonna do to August. I would have just left it in the store. I would have just
started getting real. The truth hurt more than anything.
He would have slapped me, and I'm like, nigga, that's why a nigga fucking your bitch, nigga, publicly, straight up.
Talk about that on the red table talk, nigga.
Right, yeah, just straight. That's why nigga fucking your bitch, nigga, and everybody clowning you for it, and you had to come up here and slap me like a hoe. You know what I'm saying? To try
because you feel like
because you feel like a hoe. Because
that would have hurt more than anything.
Yeah, because you'd be like, damn.
And then if you come back up, I would have got a couple more bangers out. Now I'm gonna tackle him. That
nigga would have came. That nigga came up and he'd be like, what? And I would have swung that mic cord, hit that nigga in the mouth.
Some gotta shake me.
Right.
Nah, but now we just rolling. We just talking shit. But in all reality, I think one of the biggest issues is the fact that he would not have done that to a white comedian if he said the exact same joke. Mm-hmm. That's probably my biggest issue that nobody's talking about.
Yeah, that's a fact. I don't really, I would end it on that, man, because when I think about that, I just get pissed off. And it just kind of makes me go back to just thinking like, you know, just the miscommunication amongst each other and certain type of things and how we treat each other versus how we would possibly treat other people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe Will would have just Will definitely wouldn't have slapped him.
I mean, because if we talk about it, Will and I love Will Smith, but in his entire career, he's never really pandered to black people. He panders to a specific crowd.
Right.
So the fact that he smacked the shit out of a small black comedian doesn't surprise me.
Right.
The fact that
and then cries on demand when it comes to the speech.
Come on, and then still doesn't apologize to that black man you just assaulted on national TV. And if he would have assaulted a white person, he would be going to jail immediately. Right. They ain't even send the police after Will. Nah. They just like, let these niggas handle that.
That's how they always do it, niggas.
That's some field shit. Let them figure that shit. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro. You treat me like a field nigga. I'm gonna go field nigga out, nigga. I'm gonna go ahead and get your money's worth. Crazy as hell. That's crazy as fuck, man. In my opinion, he was wrong.
Yeah, I feel that.
You know.
But shit, there you have it, man. Drunk Tourist Podcast. Make sure y'all follow us on all social media. Drop us some comments below. Let us know what y'all think.
Who do you think was right? Let us know. And DM us. DM us on IG or, you know, hit us on TikTok. We got a TikTok now, Drunk Tourist.
Yes, sir.
You know, Drunk Tourist Podcast on everything. Tap in. Let us know what you think. For sure.
Shout out to the family.
Shout out to family.